That's another super organizer short. I'm still trying to work on some new episodes. I'm trying to get guests on the show and get that going. But in the meantime, we've been putting out these little shorts, which I'm really enjoying doing these on certain topics. And this is another topic I'm going to be controversial again since last week I was controversial about the shredding thing. And that is the content as professional organizers are putting out on social media and other platforms. Excuse me, I got some in my eye. Okay, get that. I put myself together, kids. He's just real. I'm real on shows. I'm totally real. I don't hair in my mouth. I don't sugarcoat anything. So that's the thing. Um, when I'm not talking about the podcasts that have guests on their shows. That's something totally different. Most of the time, those guests really have something to say and have a specialty, and it's wonderful. What I am challenging us today on August 26, 2024, for everybody out there, is us who are on social media. We're on social media platforms. We're putting out blogs. We're writing stuff out. Anyone, some of these other non-interview shows, videos like that, is what we're doing really helping other people? And I ask myself that all the time. So this is for me too. I'm not trying to throw shade on people or anything, but I'm telling you, 90% of stuff I see out there, to me, is fluff. It is fluff. And it's stuff people know already or don't really care about, or whatever. It's fluff. And I look at it and I go, okay, 3 ways to clean a refrigerator. Most of the time, it is like the most common stuff you know. I want something unique. I should do a caveat though. Caveat is, of course, you put something out there, no matter what it is. There's two caveats out there. If one person it relates to them and helps them out, then your work is done. Not everybody knows everything. Not everybody's sophisticated. So I want to say that for sure. And number two caveat: if you're like me, puts out a lot of content. No, not every single post, every single blog is going to be groundbreaking writing with a tip that you've never heard for in your entire life. Well, I say that it's not easy doing this. I get it, so I get that. So I'll get those two things. But I'm talking about overall when you're being mindful to put stuff out. What are you putting out there? Are you just trying to fill the space with, like, here's what you say, you should use dishwashing detergent to wash dishes? I try to be very different because I am different in my real life. I am different, and I'm all about saying something that's maybe someone else is not saying very much. And I thought, and for me, it's very much more like, because my whole thing is about upcycling, recycling, repurposing. I'm a very big repurposer. And that's the thing I'm very passionate about. And I think that's something that's talked about sometimes, but within that genre, there's a lot of different things you can talk about, Joe. And so it's completely. I mean, it's great. It can be. I mean, it can be really eye opening for a lot of people. That's something that everybody does know and talk about. I have my little notes over here. I'm kind of looking over here at the same time. So I want to make sure I catch everything. Um, but it's completely. I'm just thinking, what am I just putting fluff out there to try to get hits? Because a lot of times, I've talked to other people. I teach classes on this actually. They're not getting any. You're not getting any new people. You're not getting any more people joining you. You're not getting more business. I just think you have to be really mindful of what you put out there and your reasoning behind it, but especially your reasoning behind it. What is your goal? Is your goal just to have content out there? Because I understand how because I was doing a thing where I was writing a blog post every day for a month. That was kind of hard, only because I had to get back in the system of doing it. Could I come up with 30, 31 things? Sure, if I really sat down and did that, but I planned it out. But I will admit there were a couple of pieces I did that were kind of fluff. They didn't hurt nobody, and people liked it and stuff. But it was just like they weren't as strong as some other pieces. So I'm challenging myself too to put stuff out there. That is, here's a living room. Let's show you how you fold a fitted sheet. It's been done already. But if you have another way of folding a fitted sheet that just I've never heard before, then yeah. If you have an audience that's in a smaller part of the country for you, a smaller part of the world for you, are you seeking out things? Are you looking at organizing news and seeing what's out there to bring to your audience? Because there's that too. Like what are you sharing? What are you posting? What are you saying? I'm just challenging all of us to just put stuff out there. Because I have friends who put out stuff that is so amazing. I had one friend put out something. Leslie Josel, who I love, friend of mine, talking about with the advent of now schools using, internet and using all this kind of e-learning as part of the learning process, how do you monitor their online usage? Like that is something I've never even thought of. So I'm like, wow, that comes up all the time. How much screen time do you get when now their screen time is part of their work? That's a good one. And so I went to the answer. I'm looking at you. So I'm like, our field is vast and wide. There's so much you can talk about. And I think I just want to challenge all of us to make sure we remind ourselves that there's lots to talk about, lots to cover. Let's continue doing that and not just putting out fluff pieces just to fill the airwaves or fill the blogosphere. Let's really give our clients and potential clients something to chew on, something that will really help them. That's just my thing. I'm saying out loud. Thanks and gratitude to everybody who watches these shows, still listens to them. Super Organizer Show everywhere. I'm for hire, a lot of help.com. Talk to you next time.